Well, here we go. This is Paint with Josh. And as promised, here is my voiceover. Today he's going to paint this painting. I'm trying not to give too much away, so in a minute he's going to do his clicky thing. Here we go. There we go, a white canvas. He's going to use this white liquid stuff, liquid white I think he calls it. Putting it in the lid, a little bit of it on the end of a paintbrush, and then he's going to cover the canvas. So first using liquid white, covering the entire canvas. He does this in a very haphazard way while holding his easel because he needs a new one. We're just going to wait for him to cover the entire canvas. But remember, guys, not too much, and he wipes it off with a paper towel anyway, so it's sort of pointless. He's going to keep doing this, I guess, for the next, I don't even know, 2 minutes. Do the entire canvas. Yep, here we go. Yeah, thank goodness we sped that up. Okay, so now as he goes across and makes sure that a fine line of the liquid white is just enough to touch his glove. See, make a fingerprint look like a criminal while doing it. Here we go. So now that you can just get a small amount on your hand, we are going to see what the next thing is coming up. Oh, yep, he's going to wipe the lid out. He does this quite frequently. Not quite sure why he does this, seeing as he's only going to dab his paintbrush back into it later. This is fun. Waiting for him to pick up, assumably, his palette, but I'm not really sure at this point. We'll see. Nope. He's opening up more of some other white thing in a tub. So here we go. Yep, odorless mineral spirits, because you know the other stuff gives me a headache. Just props to Jasco and Clean Strip, whoever else wants to send a sponsorship. This is Paint with Josh, or it could be Paint with John, or it could be Paint with Steve. It's totally up to you. He's going to pour some in his nasty cup that pretty sure would be donatable to science at this point. It has about 255,000 layers of paint on the inside, plus mixed with the paint thinner. Makes for a great place to just dip your brush in real quick and then beat the devil out of it as he does routinely. We're still just staring at a white canvas lacquered in the liquid white at this point. He's probably talking about the weather or sandwiches or how amazing he is as a YouTube sensation. Now we're taking some paper towel. He's doing some double checks on the canvas to make sure it's primed perfectly for his moving forward with this wonderful unknown painting at this point. I'm going to probably put a disclaimer that you want to scan way past 3.5 minutes on this video, just so that you don't have to listen to this repetitive nonsense. Oh, he talks a lot, doesn't he? Okay, so now what he's doing is, the visual's not good. Here we go. He is dabbing off a paintbrush. Not quite sure why. It appears there's blue on that paintbrush, maybe from a painting that he did yesterday. We are not using Little Mermaid blue today, apparently. Maybe we will. I have absolutely no idea. So he's going to take his red solo cup, which again is probably the most nastiest thing known to man that he uses quite frequently, and on about the right-hand side of the canvas, he's going to make something that resembles a circle. I can only assume. I legitimately have no idea. There's a lot of dead space in this video. I apologize. Okay, so now we've got some Winnie the Pooh yellow on a what looks like a triangular brush, and the red solo cup is being pushed against the canvas. We're just going to do a very rough circle around this solo cup. Also, kind of looks like the sun from the Teletubbies, if you remember that show. So now he's just going around and attempting to give the illusion he can paint a perfect circle when we all know he can't. That's why he uses the red solo cup. Moving on, we see here absolutely nothing. I have no idea what he's actually saying in the video, so we'll just make it up as we go along. He's obviously built up a sweat in 4 minutes and 53 seconds. So here we go. He's taken a bigger brush. Looks like a brush that I used to paint my bedroom with. And he's pulling that yellow color inside. Oh, and outside. Now it looks like Pac-Man with a mohawk. He's pointing at the middle of this circle. I'm not really sure for what purpose. Oh, probably to give the illusion you should leave the inside light. As he goes around the outside, now it looks like a small urine ghost that attacks me when I'm in the bathroom. Now he's repetitively doing this same swipey motion. He's going in and stealing some of the fire truck red from the palette, and slightly off to the left-hand side of the moon, he is doing what could only be described as the blood red tide. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, it would be the red wedding around the moon, or circle, or sun. I'm not even sure what it is. So we have this red halo in a very haphazard manner, totally unblended. Going in with some more of that fire truck red. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? It's looking a little like a fried egg at this point, with some food coloring in the whites of the eggs. Oh, then he's going in with this nice dark red. It doesn't actually look dark red at all. It looks more like magenta. He's going to go around that red egg, as it were, creating another bigger red ring around the already red egg. But only on the left-hand side. Oh, no, that circle is continuing around the entire red circle. So here we go. We're adding some more paint, more red around the outside. Yep, more red, more red. It's more like a magenta. I'm not sure why I'm calling it red. It looks more like a magenta at this point. So here we go. We're going to make sure that we get the sides, because, you know, when someone comes over and you're too lazy to buy a frame, it's better that the sides of the canvases are done. And then that way, nobody knows that you're too cheap to buy a frame, and you can just hang the canvas on the wall. So we're going to go back through and waste the rest of that magenta that's remaining on the brush. Oh, now we're picking up a new color. We're going to go in with a, what is that? That is like what I would call a petrol blue. Not sure what the real name for it is, but we're going to go with petrol blue. Sort of the same color as the bottom of his easel already, so I'm assuming he uses this color a lot. We're going to go in and get some more blue, just doing blue on the left-hand side of the canvas only, spanning around the top of the canvas. Now this looks a lot like a childlike egg on a blue plate, is probably the best way I could describe it. So we're going to keep doing this. Oh, no, we're coming across the bottom of the magenta, which seems bad because it feels like we're going to make purple. I hope we're not going to make purple. I don't know if he has purple. I have to ask him. So across we span this blue. He's doing the touchy thing again. Back we go, around some more. Get the top of the canvas. Make sure that, you know, nobody's coming down your stairs and sees that the top of the canvas is white. That's not going to work out well. So moving on. He talks a lot. There's a lot of dead space in his videos. I'm going to have to warn him. We need to cut these out. Now he's completely disappeared from frame, assumably to just bend down. Oh, he's come back up with a new brush. Here we go. Oh, that's a bigger brush. That looks a lot like something you'd paint a house with. So in we go with assumably... Oh, is that white? No, there is nothing on the brush. However, the glare from the camera screwed that up. So we are going to use, assumably, a clean brush at this point, and we are going to blend the yolk of the egg the way that I like it, so that it runs into that white. We're going to blend that yolk out. Blending it in with the fire truck red, which doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot, but I promise you the end result will be fantastic. Continually touching the canvas with this clean brush, we are attempting to blend and do some more blending. Like blend it like you've never blended before. Okay, fantastic. The camera's finally focused. Now we can see the true red of the egg. We're going to blend all of this around continually. Yep, just light swipes across the yolk, and then into the magenta color, into that bright, strange color. I'm not sure what that color is. Magenta is about the only thing close that I can think of. Here we are, we're continually using what's now not a dry brush or a clean brush anymore, and into the petrol blue while we swipe that in. So the goal is to make purple, assumably. We're going to make some purpleness. Blend, blend, blend like you've never blended before. Now he's going to touch the canvas and wipe his hand across it. Not really sure why. He scratched his head shortly after that. So we're going to continue doing the blendy, blendy, blendy. The magenta into the blue. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Okay, perfect. Then with the same brush, we're going to go back into the fire truck red and do some more blendy, blendy. Blending, blending, blending. Just keep blending, just keep blending. Oh, 11.5 minutes. Can I go for 64 minutes? Let's try. Okay, so as we are running through this, it appears that we're still using the same clean brush. Hold the easel so it doesn't fall apart. Go back around, yeah, make a little bit more purple. Oh, now we're taking what I assumed was a clean brush, but now has that remaining purple on it, and we're going to go sort of into the egg yolk, no longer resembling what would be an egg yolk that I would actually eat. We're going to pick up, do some more blending down below, make some purple. We're going to wave at the canvas. I'm not sure what that magic was, but it appears that it is useful. Now it looks like we're listening to the canvas. We are definitely listening to the canvas. Make sure that you listen to the canvas. That is important. Okay, he's wasting listening. Yep, listening a little bit more. Assumably he's bent down to tie his shoe. Oh, he's back in frame now. So, let's see what the artist himself picks up. He just dabbed that paintbrush on his hand to make sure that it was in fact still clean, which given the little smudge across the yolk, I can only assume that it is not clean. We have another clean brush now that we've picked up, another house painting brush. Now we're making the yolk very runny across the screen. Yep, not sure he's using the end of the brush to signify something. Looks like he was going into an ulterior dimension at that point. He makes some funny hand signals. Assumably that shows you guys the purpose of what he's painting. So as we continue, we're using again that triangular brush again and into the white this time. Now we're going to add some white streaks, almost like the white of the egg is blending above the yolk. Oh, we've come back to the house brush again. Just a little swipey, some little spiral motions. Swipey. Perfect. Oh, did a little sneeze there. Into the fire truck red again with the same triangular brush with the white on it already. We're going to mix that and make that slightly less fire truck red. Then we're going to go, not really sure. Oh, yep, right there. Right directly into the yolk. Make it look like a yolk with veins. That'd be about the only way that I could explain it. We're just going to dab that over the yolk. And then we're going to go back into that house painting brush and make sure that that house painting brush is not got any of that blue on it from earlier. Little swipey, blendy. Not sure at this point what we're doing. Back with the triangular brush and into the white. We're going to do another white streak across the yolk. It almost looks like what it looks like when I make a fried egg and put it on a piece of bread and use a knife to mix up my ketchup. That's sort of what this looks like. Some more swipey, blendy. Now we are summoning the canvas to come closer. We're now using our hands a lot. Assumably, he's helping you guys understand. It's not helping me understand under any circumstances. We've got that palette knife out now. That palette knife, we are going to do a very sharp line from the top of the yoke to the top left-hand corner of the canvas. Going to go over that twice, make sure that that's crystal clear. And then we're going to use that same house brush to go back in and swipe over that white line. Okay, we're going back in with the triangular brush into the white. We're going to show this canvas what is up. We're going to do some dabby, some more dabby. Assumably, that is when you have an egg over easy and the whites are a bit runny. We're going to do that on the left-hand side of the yolk. We just went in with that house brush for a swipey, blendy. Here we go. Oh, he's a beautiful man. He talks a lot, though. Okay, back with that triangular brush. Nope, not with the triangular brush. Now we're going to go back in with that palette knife. We're going to pick up some black and some magenta. At least I think that's black, maybe a little blue. Some magenta, some black, and some blue. And realistically, just make black. Add a little bit more of that magenta to it to obviously lighten up that black so that it's less black. With the palette knife, scrapey, smeary. Not sure what he's doing at this point at all. He appears to be waving at the canvas again. Yep, okay. So I'm going to pick up a little bit straight down, make a very thin line on that palette knife, and then just slightly center of the canvas, a little, no, we changed it. Yep, center of the canvas, we are going to attempt to do a step up, what it would look like if you mixed HP sauce with your fried egg sandwich. Not really sure what that is. He's wiping the excess off. Maybe he doesn't like it. Let's see. Nope. He's creating what look like little steps. Oh, and an extra step because it would be they would be very steep. You wouldn't be able to climb up those. So now we're going to scrape off some more paint from the canvas. Oh, now we're just haphazardly just putting it on the canvas. Assumably he's going to do some swipey motions. Now he's using his fingers to show you where his intention is. So now on the right-hand side of the yoke, covering the yoke a little, we're going to make some extra stairs. These are like the stairs of Giza. Sort of resembling a hammock in the middle of the painting. With a shorter point, maybe like a recliner. Looks like a Cleopatra chair, fit for a queen in the middle of the canvas. Now we're going back in with that smaller brush, the brush that you would use to fine line if you were, painting your wall up by the trimming by your ceiling. It looks like there is absolutely no paint on this brush, so we are doing some smeary, smudgy, pulling that paint down. Okay, so now what we have is what looks like a lava cake from Domino's. That's good. That's in front of the yolk. I'm kind of all for fried eggs and lava cakes. We're just going to make sure that looks even more like a lava cake. Moving on to the other one, which looks like the bigger, fancier lava cake, as if there was an extra large size of lava cake that you could get from the Domino's. We're going back in with that what seems like a lighter black. And we're doing some smudgy, smeary. We're now going to point to show everybody that there is, in fact, paint on the brush. Going to pull that down and go back in, just haphazardly adding some of that light black and then blending it out. It seems totally pointless to me. So now adding some more black, again in a haphazard way at the top, probably to show that the chocolate is pouring out of this extra large lava cake on the left-hand side. Oh, dear. So, yep, that lava cake looks fantastic. Looks a bit like sand dunes at this point. It's very appetizing. We're going to continue to do some swipey, blendy, blendy. And now we're going to add the palette knife again. Oh, now we're doing what it looks like when that lava from that lava cake spills onto a plate. So we've got that at the bottom of the cake. You know, the bit that you try and scrape off the paper plate. Or china plates if you fancy like that. So we're going to make that lava look like it's coming out of the extra large lava cake on the left-hand side. Yep, all over the plate. That's fantastic. Oh, we're going to add some more lava over there so that it looks like it, you know, didn't just pop out of one hole, because it never does if you microwave those things. So, moving on, we're using that house brush again, that fine line up by the trimming paintbrush. It's a smaller paintbrush, house brush again though. We're just going to do some more smeary, smudgy. Blendy, blendy. Yep, now we're going to blend it all out. So what it looks like is the lava cake, the extra large lava cake, has spilt its molten onto the paper plate, and then there is a smaller lava cake in the background. I really have no idea where he's going with this. I don't think he does either. Okay, in with the palette knife. We're going to get some blue and some white. We are going to use that Little Mermaid blue. Under the sea. Bop, 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 bop. So, we added some magenta in there, which makes absolutely no sense at all, but we're going to use that. And then we're going to add some cinnamon roll icing to the top of these lava cakes. That's fantastic right there. Yep. Lovely. Oh, this is making me hungry. Okay, so, yep. Some more cinnamon roll icing all over the top of those lava cakes. Just pull it down, I guess. The more icing, the better. No one's ever said that there's too much icing. Unless it's on a cupcake, and those things are horrible. So we're going to add a little bit more white. Again, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Oh, so now we're going to add white and some more white. Oh, no, we changed our mind. We're going to add some dark to the white, make the dark lighter. So now we're looking at that magenta blackish type. Okay, now we're adding, yep. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. So now there's a different shade of icing on top of the lava cake. I'm going to spread this out to the left-hand side. I mean, it just looks tasty. It's really at this point. Oh, we've gone in with the left-hand side. We're just making a dot, almost like when your grandma puts a little bit too much on the left-hand side of the cinnamon roll. And you're like, that's the bit I want, because it's got the most icing on it. So we're going to go in and do that. And then lifting up the palette, we're going to take some more of that petrol blue. Oh, no, we're adding it to the white. Yep, here we go. Little Mermaid blue in full effect. So now we're going to continue with that baby light Little Mermaid blue. Okay, here we go. Some more icing on the extra large lava cake. Oh, I don't know why that looks so good. Yep, smear that icing all over there. Yep, down the lava cake. Yep, down. Oh, yep. Just almost, you remember when your grandma would use that Pyrex dish and just pour the icing just all over. It didn't matter where it went. And it would like fall in creases and crevices, and oh, it was just fantastic. Okay, so we're going to continue to pull down the icing on the extra large lava cake. Yep, here we go. Oh, yeah, I've got to get some icing on those lava bits that fell out of the cake from the microwave. Has anyone ever figured out what wattage your microwave is? I have no idea. It says it on the back of packets, but I have no idea what strength it is. Okay, so we've now wiped off the rest of the palette knife. We're going in. Oh, no, we're just scraping it off. Now we're moving the white now we're going to get some more. Now we're making it super. It just looks white to me. Now we're going to add some more icing, you know, two-tone icing effect. Here we go. Swipey, 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 swipey. Still using the palette knife. Yep, add some more icing. Down the middle of the lava cake. A little to the left of the lava cake. You know, it sort of looks like, is it peppermint patties that have that logo? Oh, here we go. We're going to add the lava cake as if it's hugging the crevices of the lava cake. Yep, that icing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Where did we get to? More icing. The icing's like my favorite part, if I'm honest. Yep, we're going to bring that icing down. That makes sense. So here we go. We're going to bring some more icing down. Still got some white on that palette knife. Oh, not really sure where we're going. Oh, yep, more icing is needed. More cowbell, please. So we've got the icing coming down with the lava on the lava cake. It just looks magical. Anybody know what wattage your microwave is? I think if I knew what wattage my microwave was, I would be less likely to explode lava cakes in it. So, just as icing on a cinnamon roll, we're going to move this fine icing slightly to the left of the lava cake and putting it on top of the lava that's already exploded out because, hey, why not? More sugar. More cowbell, more sugar. Now we're going to apply a thick layer of that icing on top of the lava that has protruded from the lava cake because why not? I'm so hungry. Okay, now we're doing a little palette knife dance in front of the canvas, adding some more icing, to the bottom. We're putting our palette down now, and now we're going to go back in with that house brush and do some more swipey, swipey, blendy, blendy. Yep, we're going to smear that icing all over, because why not? Some more smeary, smeary, swipey, swipey, blendy, blendy. Just keep blending, just keep blending. Fantastic. He talks a lot. Okay, into that, what was black. Now this is the point where the lava cake has fully exploded. And so now lava is coming out the left side of the lava cake. And we're going to bring that down a bit, just so you can see it through the icing. Okay, great. Taking some more of that darker color and creating some shadows through the icing, because obviously that makes sense. Yeah, make sure that lava cake is distinct and defined at the top. Very important. Into that Little Mermaid blue again, adding some more icing to the left-hand side. Add some highlights to that lava that has spewed out everywhere. Oh, we're back with the house brush again. Swipey, swipey, blendy, blendy. Here we go. Swipe, 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 swipe. Stipple, 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 stipple. I'm not sure what this effect does, but he's very aggressive with the stippling. Okay, make sure that icing and that lava meet in holy matrimony. Now we're going to stipple some more. Stipple, 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 stipple. Oh, some circular motions into that magenta and the purple that we have created on the bottom of the canvas. Up to the left-hand side of the lava cake, swipe, swipe. Fantastic. You know, my husband has an obsession with stickers. I think that's the only reason he's keeping this easel is because it's covered in hundreds of dollars worth of stickers. Okay, we're listening again to the canvas. Now we've disappeared out of frame. Maybe the other shoelace has come under. Oh no, we've returned. That's good. Okay, we're just wasting time right now. No idea what we're doing or what we're achieving. Just wiping some sweat off our brow again. That's good to make it worthwhile. And we go with the palette knife once again to add some more icing to the area that we just blended out. So that's good. That's not a waste of paint or anything. Okay, some more icing coming down that lava cake. Yep, and just pooling at the bottom of the plate. You know, if you pull the bits aside on a paper plate, you can actually make a bigger paper plate. Fun fact, you can do the same with little tubs that you get from Wendy's for ketchup. And again, we're back with the teeny tiny house brush now, doing some smudgy, smudgy, smeary, smeary, blend, blend, blend. Keep that blending going. Yes, spectacular. Blend for your life, people. Blend for your life. I'm going to blend upwards now. Not sure what that does. Pull some of that lava off to the side. Not sure what he's looking at. Oh, he's looking at his TV. That makes sense. Okay, in with the palette knife again. Now we're going to add some more lava to the area that we just smudgy, smudgy blended away. That's nice. Made a nice straight line right there. It's funny, he can make a straight line but not draw a circle. Okay, so now, assumably that is the definitive view from the side of the plate where the lava cake is. Just to be clear that this is a metaphoric plate. There is no actual plate. So we're going to do some more blendy blendy right there. Yep, some more blendy blendy. Okay, fantastic. I think he likes the look of it. Can't see by his facial expressions, but I think he likes the look of it. Okay, here we go. Not sure what we're going to do now. Not sure he knows what we're going to do now, but we're about to figure it out together. Okay, so he's taking the palette knife. He's taking some more of that black, some more of that magenta, and some more of that blue to make black again. It kind of looks like grape. It's kind of grapey. But I'd go with black. It looks black to me. Okay, going in with a different triangular brush this time. What in the... Oh. Okay, so it's a stick. We've added a stick. We are now using the brush sideways. It almost looks like congee. Nope. Nope. It looks like those tiny little trees that you used to buy to hang out with your little green army men. That's what it looks like. Maybe Santa will make an arriving in this painting. That is a fine work of art of a tree So now we have lava cakes, icing, and what looks like a tree. A very skinny pine cone, as you will. Yeah, it's just beautiful. So you use that brush on its side to create what look like tiny little brushes. Hold on, we're going back in with the palette knife to make more of that grapey color. Yep, we're going to smear that, mix it nice and good so that it makes black. Yep, and then we're going to use a little bit on the side of the palette knife. Oh, no, we put the palette knife down. Now we're going to use the triangular brush again. And let's see what we're going to do now. Oh, will you just hurry up and do it? Oh, come on. Oh, it's a smaller skinny stick. Okay. That makes sense. On the left-hand side of the original skinny pine cone, on the right-hand side of the canvas, we have a new skinny twig that has the fan brush do a little smudge, stomp, stipple, point at the end of the brush just to show people you're actually using a brush. Stipple. Okay, cool. So now we've got 2 skinny pine cones. Fantastic. That's beautiful. I wonder if he'll draw a little green army man in the painting. Yep. And now he's telling us about the canvas and the time he spent with his grandma and how she used to make cinnamon rolls. She still does make cinnamon rolls. Really good cinnamon rolls. That's besides the point. Okay, now we're going in with the skinny brush. No idea what this brush is. This is a new brush. This is like a blush brush. That's. Oh, we're gonna make some bushes. Or it could be moss or seaweed, depending on your diet. Next to the skinny pine cones, next to your lava cakes and your fried egg. So we've made some moss. Now we're going to take the skinny brush again and pull that moss over so that it goes around those lava cakes. After a brief interlude of me yawning, I'm back. So we're continuing on with this stipple, moss. Here we go. Okay, now he's giving the signal that it's pulling off the canvas. Now we're going to use a different brush, the fine line trimming ceiling painting brush, to smear that out, assumably, so that it doesn't look so stipply. Now he's making funny hand signals again. Oh, yep. Yep, that's an upside down spider with his hand. Put it around the right way. Point at the icing. There we go. Doesn't that icing look delectable? Yep, you're right. It does. It does. Oh, back with the palette knife. Make sure that icing doesn't pull. Now we're going to do a circular motion with our hand across the canvas. Show you what's happening here. We did a little smear. There we go. Fantastic. Now we're going back in with that palette knife and we're going to do oh, no idea what that is. A black line from the center of the canvas off to the left-hand side. Not sure where we're going with this. I'm sure we'll find out. With that same thin brush, we're now going to just blend, smudge. Yep, no idea what he's doing. Okay, fantastic. Back with the palette knife again. Now we're going to create the same white line from the canvas. So middle of the canvas, underneath the yoke, off to the left-hand side. Just showing you that you can, in fact, make a black and white line on a canvas. And we're going to do it again. There we go. Da-da. Da-da. Oh, we tried to add some paint, but there was no paint left on the palette knife. Fantastic. So now we're going to take that fine line sealing brush and just smear that out. And again down the bottom. Okay, now we're going to use our hand to signify maybe a big C. I'm not sure what we're doing to describe it. I think he wants to touch the painting, but he can't because it'd get all over his gloves. Okay, so we're going to stick our triangular brush in that dark color again. And you better not. That better not be what I think it is. Holy, it is. It's a giant, skinny pine cone. We've got the stick, left-hand side of the canvas, on the left-hand side of the giant XL lava cake with the icing and the lava and the sticky bits that get stuck to the plate. Oh, we've got another skinny twig to the right of that. So 2 skinny pine cones on the right, 2 skinny pine cones on the left. I have no idea what he's doing this hand motion for. I really hope that he's not gonna... Is it? I think it is. Is it? Oh, no. Oh, what on earth? Oh, I figured that makes sense. So now what we've done is we've driven the triangular brush in a X fashion, just one side of the X though, not the cross version of the X, through basically the middle of the canvas. And yeah, so 3 sticks on the canvas. Great. Now we're going to add some pine conies to the twigs that we have already painted. That one's nice. Nope, we're going to go all the way to the ground. That makes sense. Okay, so here we go. We've now got 2 large twigs, one through the middle of the canvas, one to the far left. In the middle, we've got another skinny pine cone. So that's good. I would really like some little green army men in this painting. It's a bit late. The painting's done. I believe the painting's sold, but here we are. Okay. If anybody knows me and you watch the live shows, you know that I'm not a big fan of these giant skinny pine cones, especially not ones that take over the whole painting. What are you doing? Oh, here we go. We're going to add, to the far left skinny pine cone, we're going to add some pine coney bits with a triangular brush. Stipple, 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 stipple. Only another 22 minutes to go in the video. Remember, the prize for this video is a $100 gift card for the best painting and a print of the actual painting for the worst one. Contest details will be released sometime, not right now. Okay, so we're going to continue with the skinny pine cones. Skinny pine cones, stipple, stipple, brush to the side. Okay, perfect. It almost looks like he left his fork, the end of his fork, on his plate by his lava cake. I'm going to do some blend, blend, blend down here. And we've got to put some coney bits on that pine cone, otherwise it's just the end of his fork hanging out on the plate. God, he's talented. Wow. He's not bad to look at either, if we're honest. Okay, so now we're going to go in with that palette knife and a little bit of white and add some icing now around the pine cones and around the stipple stipple at the bottom. So that's good. Little smeary. Perfect. So now we've got extra icing at the bottom because you can never have too much icing. This is good. This is off to a great start. does a lot of talking. Remember, if you are interested in purchasing anything from the Paint with Josh store, you can visit him on paintwithjosh.etsy.com. That will take you directly to his Etsy site. Here we go. So now we're going to use a tiny brush. Oh, a tiny brush, like an eyeliner brush. And we're going to make that, that twig, or the end of his fork on his plate. We're going to just do some little squiggles off the, off this stick. That's good. Yep. Okay, some squigglies. Super fine line brush. Some more squigglies. Okay. Now we're guessing where we want to put some more squigglies. We've located an area for the squigglies. Couple more squigglies. Oh, into the yolk. We're going to go with the squigglies. Yep. That's what we're doing. Okay. So make sure that your squiggly has squigglies off of it. Otherwise, it would just be a squiggly. Do another squiggly down the bottom. Yep, with a squiggly off of it. That makes sense. So at this point, you should have 4, 2 on each side for your squiggly, with squigglies coming off the squigglies. Oh, no, we're going to do one down at the bottom too. Like a broken squiggly. A straight squiggly. So just a small straight line off the bottom. And then we're going to do another one. So now you should have 3 on the left, 3 on the right at alternating angles. Perfect. No, now you're going to touch it again. Okay, so he extended the squiggly line. Now we're going to keep adding to it till he hates it, because that's how it works. Well, until I hate it. That's not true. I don't hate any of his paintings. Maybe one. Okay, so now I think what we're doing is highlighting. Okay, so now we have multiple squigglies. Do a couple more squigglies. Perfect. Perfect amount of squigglies. Okay, he's probably still talking about sandwiches at this point. I don't actually know what happens when he films and I'm not in the room. So that should give you a heads up of what painting it is. And if it looks too real life, we're going to know you cheated. So now we're going to take a tiny triangular brush. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this tiny triangular brush. Okay, we're putting in the white. Yep, here we go, in the white. Get my cat to stop trying to drink my drink. Into the blue, so we're going to make Little Mermaid blue again. Under the sea, do. A little bit more of the blue. Ah, perfect, that's perfect blue. Perfect blue. Put it on the canvas. Put it on the canvas. Adding a little bit more white to it. Then we've changed our mind. We're going to pick up a palette knife and we're going to take some brown. What on earth just happened? There you go. Now we're going to add little highlights to the pine cones. So right hand side, little straight highlights to the pine cones. Little straight lines to the pine cones on the left as well. Oh, we're going to make the left-hand pine cone just a little longer, because that makes sense. He shrugs. He doesn't know if it makes sense or not. Going to add some of that brown to that big squiggly, twiggly tree in the middle. Did I say tree? I didn't mean to say tree. I meant to say fork. Okay, we're taking that palette knife all the way up on the opposite side of the tree, so on the left-hand side of the tree. And so we continue. Here is the palette once again. We're now going to add some icing to the right hand side of the tree. It's very beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Makes me hungry. All the way up the tree. Doop, doop, doo. Dink. Right at the very top. Oh, no, more icing. Dink, a dink, 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 dink. I'm using the palette knife to create that icing on the right hand side of the tree. Okay, back in with the tiny liner brush into the brown and the white now. It's like baby vomit brown. Okay, adding some more icing to the left hand side of the squishy stickies. Squishy stickies. Sticky squishies. A little bit more to the other one. Again, you should have 3 sticky squishies on your right hand side and 1, 2, 3, 4 sticky squishies on your left hand side of your sticky tree. So here we are again with a little bit more icing. Sticky, squishy, sticky tree. Adding a little bit more of that baby poo brown and the white. Ah, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. We are going to now stare at it and look back down. Now we're taking the triangular brush into the Little Mermaid blue. We're going to highlight these skinny pine cones on the right hand side. Skinny pine cone highlight coming all the way down the tree. Down the pine cone, I'm sorry. Down the pine cone. Remember, we have 4 pine cones. So 2 pine cones on the right hand side, 2 pine cones on the left hand side, skinny pine cones. And we're adding the icing to the pine cones right now with that Little Mermaid blue that we've got going on. We seem to like that color. So again, angling the brush on one of its triangular corners, we're going to add some Little Mermaid blue to those trees. Pine cones. Icing. Now we're waving to show that the pine cones are separated on the painting. We're going to add some paint thinner. That's what I can only assume he's doing. And we're going to take that triangular brush again into the white with a little bit of the Little Mermaid brown. And now we're going to do the Little Mermaid blue and the white on the left-hand side of the pine cones. So adding that icing to those little skinny pine cones on the left-hand side now. Yep, tasty. Num, 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 num. Yep, and we're just going to keep smushing that, stippling that in as they would. Now adding more paint thinner and adding a little bit more of that Little Mermaid blue again. Mixing that on the palette with the triangular brush. We're going to put it on the slightly larger pine cone on the left-hand side, covering that with icing. So here we go. Less than 10 minutes left, guys. Here we go, adding some more icing to the pine cones, left-hand side. Smush, smush, stipple, stipple. Remember, using just the corner of the brush, we're going to add that icing to those pine cones. Stipple, stipple, back in. Okay, so what is next on the agenda? Next adding a little bit more paint thinner on the brush. Oh, no, I apologize. We're going to add some tiny little twiggy twigs to the bottom with the palette knife here. Just cutting into that paint so that you see the little sticky stickies. So now some sticky stickies on the bottom next to the big stick in the middle of the painting. Use that house brush again. We're going to smudge, smudge, blend, blend. Keep on blending, keep on blending. Making sure that that icing no longer... Oh, to the right-hand side now with some sticky stickies. Add those sticky stickies cutting into the paint. Here we go. What have we got coming up next? Oh, we're going to clean a brush, I think. Oh, yep, bend out of frame. Maybe his shoelace came undone. Nope, he's back again. He successfully cleaned the house brush, and now he's back. Going to add a little bit more icing on that big house brush, pulling that down across the entire palette. Not really sure what the purpose is, but we're going to add some more of that icing to the bushes now over the sticky twiggies that he just made with the palette knife. Oh, now the paint is dirty, so we're going to go back in and keep adding that icing on top of those bushes with the stickies. Sticky. And some smudgy. Okay, not long now, guys, till this masterpiece is finished. Smearing that icing over the bottom half of the painting. Adding some shadows and shade with that house brush. Making sure the edges are done. We talked about that earlier. We're going to just follow that up real quick. Make sure the sides are done. It's really important that you do that because some people don't want to buy frames. Maybe you're not a framed person. Now he's realized that the very top portion, see, it's nice and white because it's been trapped in the easel. So he's going to take that same dirty brush that he hasn't cleaned, that house brush, and he's going to add a little bit more of that baby I'm having a girl pink to the very top of it and smear that across the top. A little bit darker on the left-hand side due to the purple that we generated earlier. Okay, so making sure the top of that canvas is covered just for the off chance that somebody in your house is taller than you hung the hook. We're going to make sure all that top is nicely coated. And moving on, what have we got now that it's in his hand? Not really very entirely sure, but we have noticed that the side is missing as well. So now we're going to spin that canvas around just to make sure those sides are covered as well. Just in case someone's in your house inspecting the sides of your canvas for perfection, you now have perfection. Fantastic. Let's hope that nobody comes over to your house that's smaller than where you hung the hook because we didn't paint the bottom of the canvas. But we have done the front of the canvas, so that's good. And we did the sides, so that's also very good. Now just going in with the finishing touches. We're going to use that teeny tiny itty bitty liner brush. We're going to make some birdies, little birdies. One big birdie for the artist himself. He's just realized that it's not secured in the canvas. That's a great way to, it's not secured in the easel. It's a great way to have the canvas fall in your face while you are painting. So we're going to add a little bit of paint thinner. And we're going to dip it in one of the colors. I don't know, he doesn't show me his palette at this point. And we've made a big bird for the artist. We're making a slightly smaller bird for, well, me. And an even smaller bird for our little schnookums, our little Baileys. So we're going to perfect those birds with that tiny eyeliner brush. Obviously the artist is just getting bigger in his bird formation. We've now scrubbed out the birds because that made all the sense in the world. We're going to go back in now and make smaller birds, I assume. I'm not really sure what we're doing. Let's see. Yes, smaller birds. That's not a bird at all. That looks more like a dragon. We're going to smudge that one out as well. So now maybe, third time's a try, maybe we'll add some actual birds this time. Let's try. Third time's a charm. Yep, 1 bird, 2 bird, 3 bird. Perfect. There we go, birds. Perfect. Oh, no, he's going back in. Not sure what he's going back in for. Ah, yes, one of the birds is holding a margarita. No, I'm just kidding. 3 birds. Perfect. And he should sign it. We should wrap this up. That's what I'm saying. Here we go with the signature. JK. Just kidding. You're free to put your initials at the bottom of whatever painting you do. That makes way more sense than writing JK at the bottom. Unless your initials are JK, obviously, and then that makes all the sense in the world. So, here we go now. Spend the next 4 minutes of Josh telling you how amazing he is and how you can buy his artwork at paintwithjosh.etsy.com. You can follow him at paintwithjosh. Oh no, we're adding some more icing. Yep, more icing on the bottom with the palette knife. You should desperately, though, go over to Facebook and follow him. Yep, well, we rubbed out the signature because that made more sense. So adding the icing to the bottom of the painting, just make sure that it is an entire sugar coma on a canvas. We're going to redo the signature. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, no. Yep, just kidding. JK all the way. If you are interested in following Josh, you should follow him on facebook.com/paintwithjosh and YouTube. And we've rubbed out the signature again because he didn't like the way that looked. He was just kidding that time. Seriously, though. Can you just do the signature? Perfect. Signature's on. It looks perfect. It looked perfect the first time. I don't know why he rubs it out 3 times. There we go. You can find Josh on youtube.com/paintwithjosh. You can also visit his website at paintwithjosh.com. And I think that about does it, guys. I thank you for spending this 64 minutes with me while I vocalize, and I'm super excited to see your painting and what it looks like given the really bad instructions that I've given you guys for the last 62 minutes. But I really, really, really hope that you guys get those paintings in so we can see them, and I love receiving picture messages. So if you like this, subscribe, like, let us know in the comments. Maybe I could do more of these, and maybe they'll all be food related. Want to say thank you once again for just being here and hanging out with us. We're just going to add some more icing to the pine cones, just so that they're super, super, super tasty. And I think that's it, guys. I don't think there's anything else left. The painting's complete. The artist himself is cleaning his brushes at this point. And I'm going to go and take a throat lozenge because I should not have been speaking for 64 minutes. So I want to thank you guys once again and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks a bunch. Bye.